Hello guys, I am Kai. I'm going to explain some commands for Nmap, which is a very useful network tools for Kali Linux. Welcome to Nmap tutorials. These tutorials will teach some beginners or even some advanced commands. So first of all, what is Nmap? Nmap is called Network Mapper, which is a very powerful open source tool used for network discovery, security auditing, and vulnerability assessment. It provides detailed information about hosts, services, operating systems, and network configurations. So this video will be a step-by-step guide to using Nmap for various scenarios. So before we begin, let's ensure that Nmap is installed on your systems. So for Kali, you have to update your system first. So sudo apt updates and sudo apt upgrade -y is a must to ensure that you can install the Nmap successfully after this. After this, sudo apt install nmap -y to install Nmap. So the first command of Nmap will be nmap plus the IP address. In my example will be 192.168.50.129 to perform a basic scan on the targets to identify the open ports. Usually this command will cover the first 1000 ports. The next command will be nmap-p plus the specific ports you want to scan. For example, 22 and then comma 80 and then comma 443 plus the IP address of the targets to scan specific ports to check if they are open. The next syntax will be scan a range of ports. nmap-p and then followed by the range of the ports, for example 1 to 100 plus the IP address of the targets. So in this example will be the port 1 until the port 100. Other than that, Nmap also can scan the open port service versions by using the command nmap-s for scan and then capital V for versions plus the IP of the target system. Next will be perform an operating system scan. Nmap plus -o and then with the target IP systems to determine the operating system of the target host. Nmap can also discover the host in a specific subnets by using the command nmap space the target subnet. In my case will be 192.168.50.0/24 to scan all the devices in this subnet and identify the live hosts and open ports. In my case will be 5 hosts is up in this subnet. In the case of verbose mode, in order to debugging or checking something in details, can use the command nmap space -v plus the target host IP. This provides an additional output details during the scan process. For example, the raw packet sent during the scan process. Other than that, we can also save the scan result of the Nmap by using the command nmap space -o capital N and then space output.txt plus the target host IP to save the scan result to the output.txt so that it's easier for us to save the data. Next will be detecting the firewalls using Nmap by using the command nmap space -s for scan and then A, capital A, plus the target host IP. This performs an ACK scan to detect if a firewall is present and analyze its configurations. The next step is performing a stealth scan, which performing a SYN scan, also known as self scan, which is less detectable by firewalls or intrusion detection systems. The command will be nmap-s plus capital S and then with the target host IP address. The last scan will be a ping scan, which detects a live host in the network without scanning ports. So the command is nmap-sn plus the targeted host subnet. So that's all for the simple scannings of network. Now we are going to advanced version of the tutorials, which is the scripting engine, especially for the Nmap. And usually the file of the scripting engine will be end at the extension of .nse, stand for Nmap Scripting Engine. This is a mechanism for automating various network scannings or discovery tasks, allowing users to efficiently gather and analyze network data. For example, vulnerability scanning, host discovery, service detections, and OS detection, or even brute forcings. So now I will talk about some of the examples of the NSE file and scan and brute forcing mechanism of the Nmap. So the first scripting we will be using is scanning for the common vulnerabilities. So the command will be nmap and the targeted host IP plus -- script equals to by choosing the name of the script we are using. So in this case will be vulners.nse plus -s capital V for the version. So after scanning, we will see some of the vulnerabilities with the link given and the CVE numbers. So we will click into one of the links and then we can see that how critical is this vulnerabilities of this CVE, and then we can check for the CPE also to check for the versions and then the vendors. The next will be scan for the MySQL password by using the brute force script. So the command is nmap with the targeted host IP and then same with the vulners, which is -- script equals to, but this time it will be mysql-brute.nse to check for the passwords and the username script. After brute forcing finish, we can see that actually the root and the guest both credentials is having an empty password. So we can use that to log into the MySQL database of the targeted host, which is using the command mysql-u root-p -h and then the targeted host IP plus the --skip-ssl to log in the MySQL root account by skipping the SSL and TLS protocols. We can see that we can go into the databases and then we can see all the databases in the account in the database. Last but not least, we are coming to the last commands of the day. Will be the SSH brute force script. The command is the same, the nmap with the targeted host IP and then -- script equals to ssh-brute.nse and then enter. So this command is using the Nmap built-in scripting engine to check for the SSH passwords. After running the commands, we can see the accounts is user with the user password. So we can SSH it by using the RSA. So with the user at the target host IP and then use the user as the password to log into the systems. So the command will be ssh-o host key algorithms equals plus ssh-rsa-o pub key accepted algorithms equals to plus ssh-rsa and then followed by user at targeted host IP and then use the user as the passwords and then we can go into the system easily. That's all for the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to stay tuned for more tutorials about Kali Linux on Zero to Radiant channel.